Let's talk about messaging a little bit today, and I want to talk about how you message on your smartphone with the Messenger app and how you message on the device itself. So let's jump into this and let's start with the Messenger app first. So you can see right now at the top of the screen here on my phone, there's the Explorer app and the Messenger app. So we're going to go into the Messenger app first. There are several ways to message, but first of all, the most important is the SOS, and you can message SOS teams from there. The other way is through contacts and then check-in. So if I go to check-in real quick, there's several things here, and I've already got these set up, and you do this at the explorer.garmin site that you have access to, and you can preset these messages or customize these messages. I've set these up on my website, and you can change it to anything you want, and I can select them here, and I can send it. When I select this, it's going to send this to everybody on that list. See, it didn't even give me a chance to pick them. It just sends them to the people that I have selected. The thing you have to be careful about that is if you have people on your list that don't want to be messaged, then you're going to have maybe some trouble and you're going to cause some conflict because not everybody always wants to be messaged. All right, the next thing is through contacts. If I select contacts, and I'm going to pick myself right here, and I'm going to pick my phone number. Now you can see I've already done a lot of tests with this, but I can then send a message to myself, and I can type in, and I'm going to just put test right here, test 7. Who knows? I've had a lot of tests, so let's see what happens. I'm going to send this right now. It's going to go to me, and I can back out of here. And then I can see when the message goes through, and I can actually go check my messages. And you can see right here, I've got this test that I did with Garmin this morning with the SOS test. Actually, it was the IERCC. And then I can see right here under my name, here's the message I sent. And then I could reply to it. Now, it kind of doesn't make sense for me to reply to it because I am sending it from my phone and replying from my phone, but this is how it works. I've set myself up as a contact so everybody can see how easy it is to do this when I'm out testing these devices. That's how easy it is to message on these devices, and you can see you can do it from your phone, and it's just like texting somebody. Well, let's put this off to the side here for a minute, and let's look at what happens when you message on the Mini 2 itself. There's a few ways to get to messages, and one is if you go up or down arrow on this, you can see your messages right there. There's messages. If I select messages, then right there you can see Richard, my name. I go by Rick, but it says test 7, and I can go in and I could reply right here if I want. That's one way to do it. Another way is to get back out to the main menu and hit this OK button, which then puts you right into the menu. I can send message and I can check in, and if I were to check in here, just like what happened on the Messenger app, there's a check-in 1, check-in 2, check-in 3. If I select any one of these, it's going to send another message to the people on my list. So I don't want to do that because they've already gotten messages about 2 minutes ago. But let's go back up here and see what happens when I send message. And there's multiple options here. If I send message, then I have an option here to type in contact. It wants to know the contact first. So let's go down to myself again. And I'm going to pick my phone number so a check shows up. So if I want to send it to multiple things here or people, I can send it to more than one. So I just wanted to send it to myself. Once you've selected the person, then you need to hit next. Now, this is where it gives you the option to type a message in, or you can go down to some of the preset messages. And this is where you set this up in the Explore.Garmin website. I've set these up, and some of them are really important to actually, this one here, give me a minute. This is important because if you're busy, then you don't want to reply right then, but you can hit that super fast and then you don't have to type it out. Again, I'd be very conscious and thoughtful about what you put in for messages. It'll make your life a lot easier. Even putting yes and no makes it easier to select these than to go type yes and no out. When I got out of that, then I have to go back and select my name again and hit next. Again, here's where it says type message. So I'm going to hit type message this time. Let's do a really quick message. I'm just going to say test 7. No, let's do test 8. I just did test 7. So I'm going to use the up and down arrow here, and I'm going to go type this out. You can see how cumbersome this is compared to using the Messenger app. But on a long trip, I don't want to use my phone because I lose the battery pretty quick. If you want to put a space in, then you need to select this icon right here. There's your space, and then we're going to go the numbers. All right, if you want to get to the numbers, this bottom button on the right, which actually returns or exits, in this case will go through different things, different characters. And what you're seeing here, it goes back to the letters, capital letters, and then here's the numbers. Now I want to go down to 7, or actually 8. I'm going to now select that so you can see the message says test 8. When you're done with your message, then you need to go and hit this check mark right here. This says you're done. So I hit that. Then you have to hit, it says send right there. So you hit send, and now it has sent that message. There's a message here about poor GPS strength, but it's actually connected to my phone and to the Messenger app. And when you're connected to the Messenger app, it will use Wi-Fi, cellular service, and satellite service depending on where you're at. If you're outside and outside of cell service, it'll send it through the satellites. If you're within Wi-Fi or cell service, it's going to send it to those first. So down at the bottom, it actually says send anyway. All right, I sent it. There it goes. Because I'm in Wi-Fi and cell service, it sent it really quick, or at least should. Let's back out of here. Now I'm going to use the up and down arrow here, and I'm going to go look at messages. And there's test 8 right there. Okay, you can see how easy it is to test on the Messenger app using your phone or the device itself. And I would prefer to type on my phone versus the Mini 2. But this is where it's crucial for you to set up the messages ahead of time, the ones that you can create on the explore.garmin site, and then you just select it rather than typing it out. Then it's easier to send messages back and forth on the Mini 2 if you're just selecting the message rather than typing. What I'll do on a long adventure is I'll have something that I can recharge my device, and then I will have my phone off, or I'll have it on battery save mode. Then when I want to use it, I'll either turn it on and I'll send messages, and I'll refer to my Mini 2 for the majority of the time. But if I know I'm going to send a lot of messages, then I want to use my phone versus the Mini 2. All right, it's really that simple. And if you have any questions, because there is more to messaging than just what I've shown you, but you can do most everything with what I've already shown you, and it's not that difficult, but there are some times you'll run into things. So don't hesitate to contact me or contact Garmin and ask questions if you're having trouble.